what's up, everybody? Back with a review this time for the Death of Superman, the newest DCU, or should I say DCEU, or DCU animated movie. Of course, from the title of the film, you are dealing with the storyline from the comic book, The Death of Superman. And the one thing I can say about this movie is that they actually did a pretty good job. I'm not going to say a pretty good job, they actually did a great job because they incorporated the storyline of the Death of Superman into the continuity of what they're doing with the DC animated movies that are also all connected. And they did a pretty good job. It's pretty much like taking the Death of Superman storyline and mixing it with the New 52, plus what they did and established already with the animated movies and the DC animated line of films that have the same continuity that they've been doing lately. I think they did a pretty good job. And in this movie, I actually like some of the references they did to the older storyline. Like they still put new stuff in, but they still kept a lot of stuff from the old storyline and integrated it into this well, which makes me have to say one thing. They did a good job on this, so I'm trying to imagine what other older storylines from DC canon that they can incorporate into this animated continuity that they got going right now. That'd be pretty surprising if they hit us with anything else and actually contain it into the same universe. But anyway, back to the movie. Of course, the Death of Superman. There's gonna be some spoilers in this review, so if you haven't watched it yet, that's your warning. Of course, it starts off at the beginning with Superman saving the mayor from some criminals with some high tech technology that, of course, that Superman does some research on after talking to Cyborg about the origins of the metal. And Cyborg, of course, says, "Oh, this tech is similar to mine," which is from Apocalypse, being that Cyborg got his technology from a mother box from Apocalypse. Dark Side, all that good stuff. But after that, they go into Clark dealing with his relationship with Lois and thinking, should he actually reveal to her that he's Superman? He doesn't at the beginning, of course, but he eventually has a meet with his parents, and of course the parents have to tiptoe around not letting out too much information, and Clark being worried about Lois finding out that he's Superman. Long or the short of it, the only reason he doesn't want to tell Lois that he's Superman, because of course, you reveal your identity, you put the person you love in more danger. So that's one of the things that he was trying to weigh out about it. Eventually, he ends up telling her, yes, he's Superman, but this is right before he flies off to go fight Doomsday. Youch. You know how those storylines go. Otherwise than that, as far as the movie itself, it was pretty good. Like, they show Doomsday when he first comes to Earth. And one thing that I think they actually did that gave it a nice touch at the beginning half of the movie was that it was a group of astronauts in space on a space station fixing something. They see that a meteor is hurling towards Earth, so they try to hurry up and get back to the ship and leave. And one of the astronauts has been saved by Superman in space a couple of times. So during the whole thing, you have the balance of him trying to think to himself, oh, Superman's going to come and save us and get us out of this. But this time, Superman does not come. All of the astronauts end up getting killed pretty badly. They died horrible deaths. I was like, damn, that was a nice touch. I didn't think they were going to actually go that graphic with the violence in this, but they actually did. And that was a nice touch. They didn't hold back. They didn't put the kid gloves on this one. They let it play out the way it should play. And this is a good PG-13 film. I'll put it like that. Not PG, a nice, good, hard PG-13 film. And I really enjoyed it. But after the astronauts die, of course, Doomsday lands on Earth. He lands in the ocean. And of course, Lex Luthor, being Lex Luthor, wants to know what's going on and discover what's going on first. So he sends a research team out into the ocean and go find out what happens. But at the same time, it ends up being that some Atlanteans end up finding the site first. So while the Atlanteans are trying to go figure out what's going on, Lex Luthor's little research sub keeps getting closer and closer to figure out. Doomsday slaughters the Atlanteans, and I mean like a cloud of red bloody water, like a shark attack. That's what ends up happening. He slaughters the hell out of them. I was like, damn, you got killed underwater like that. Literally ripped them apart. I'm talking about body parts floating and everything. That surprised me. But like I said, it's a hard PG-13, and I like that. Don't hold back on that action. Keep it going, baby. So after the Atlanteans get slaughtered, of course, Lex's little research team gets drowned out and killed too, and Doomsday starts his march towards land. The violence in this, it's not like it wasn't expected, because in the original Superman Doomsday comic book storyline, Doomsday was murking everything that got in his path, and in this movie, he murked everything that got in his path. I really liked the action in this one too. Once they actually got to the meat of it, when Superman, well not Superman, when the Justice League first encounters Doomsday, that was some good action. You have everybody fighting Doomsday, from Hawkman, Green Lantern, Flash, Cyborg, a lot of Martian Manhunter. That was a good scene with Martian Manhunter. Batman. You know, Batman has to be extra careful. No powers, but he does have skills and gadgets. Bruce Wayne for the win. But it was actually good. The action in this was really, really good. And the animation. The animation and the action were top notch to me, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. This is one of those DC animated movies I can watch more than once because of the action in it and storyline elements. So after that, the Justice League confronts Doomsday. They start fighting him, and one of the things on there that was really crazy to me, I was like, oh, if that was me, I actually would have did that. If I actually had superpowers, it was a scene where Hawkman was knocked out by Doomsday, and he left his weapon, and Flash picked it up and went to go on Doomsday. When I mean, he went to whooping his ass. He went to whooping his ass using his speed with a weapon. But of course, the thing with Doomsday is he's hard to defeat, as everyone knows. But I thought that was a pretty cool scene with Flash using Hawkman's mace to fight Doomsday. I was like, damn, that was a good action scene. Besides that, I think another good part to me was when Wonder Woman was fighting Doomsday. I'm talking about she was going full tilt and trying to stop this dude, but it's Doomsday. And then, of course, Superman eventually arrives and shows up and starts fighting Doomsday. And the thing that was so crazy about it, in the movie, you literally see Superman trying to restrain Doomsday, trying to find some way to stop him. But of course, just like during the fight, Wonder Woman literally told Superman, she was like, don't hold back or he's going to kill everybody. Because they even had a scene that kind of reminded me of like Friday the 13th or something like that in the woods, where Doomsday killed a bear, he killed a guy, and he killed a lady in a tent. Like, I was like, damn, not to be played with. I actually like that scene. That actually reminded me of a horror movie. Like, they pretty much set the tone of Doomsday killing machine. No thinking, no compromise, only killing. And that was pretty good. I was like, wow, that surprised me. But of course, you know, you have Superman and Doomsday battling out. They fight in various places, from a bridge, in the air. Like, it was a scene where Superman was literally fighting Doomsday in the upper atmosphere. That was pretty cool too. And then, of course, the fight goes back to the ground. They went to a bridge. Superman saved some civilians, and the fighting in it, I don't know. I watched the special features, but whoever they got to come up with the fighting ideas and everything like that, they did a hell of a good job on choreography for the animation for this, because this was a good drag out fight. Even though I liked the other movie, what was it, Superman Doomsday, that didn't explore like the full tilt of the storyline. I liked that too, but the action in this one is better. They stepped it up on this one. They made this worthy enough to be like, okay, we did this already animated, let's do it again, and then just take it up to 10. And as far as I'm concerned, they actually pulled that off. But of course, Superman Doomsday are going at it, and eventually it gets towards the end. Lois shows up on a helicopter trying to tape the story. Helicopter crashes. Superman goes, saves her, Jimmy, and the pilot. Doomsday comes after them, and of course, Superman improvises and makes himself a bat and knocks the hell out of Doomsday. Then they go back to fighting. They even have one point where Lex Luthor shows up trying to steal some glory. Like, oh, get out of my city, blah, blah, and all this. And of course, Doomsday hands him his ass right back to him. And he ends up almost getting killed. And of course, Superman pops up at the last moment and actually saves him, which of course, pissed Lex Luthor the hell off, saved by his mortal enemy. But I thought that was hilarious, but it is what it is. But when it got down to the final part of the fight where Superman goes all out to defeat Doomsday, it was good. He literally got knocked back by Doomsday, and then he hurled himself at Doomsday at top speed and literally twisted his neck around and killed him. I was like, damn, that was tight. But at the same time, when he got the killing blows, similar to like the Batman vs Superman movie, Doomsday had those bone claws or whatever growing out of his body, and he used that to actually impale Superman, and that's what actually ended up killing him in this film. And it was pretty good. That was a good drawed out fight. Like as far as like animated movie fights, I gotta put that like in the top. That gotta be like at least top 10 in all of the DC animated movies as far as fights go, because that was a good ass fight. So otherwise than that, they actually set up a lot of the stuff during the movie for the reign of a Superman storyline. You see a lot of the characters in like different various forms before they become what they become. So that should be something actually good to look forward to. I'm looking forward to the actual reign of Superman storyline in the animated format at least, because we didn't get that before with the Superman Doomsday movie, but we got it with this one. They already have the trailer and stuff, so it's already been planned out. We just got to find out when that reign of Superman is dropping. But as far as a movie, do I recommend this? Yes. Even if you are familiar with the Superman Doomsday storyline, there's still some surprises in here and some nice Easter eggs that throw back to the old comic book storyline. In fact, the scale is from 1 to 10. It's, me personally, probably like an 8.3 or above, because I actually really enjoyed this. I thought I was going to be like, oh, I'm probably going to like it, but I really enjoyed this one. It had the storyline, it had the good world building. The movie was actually longer than I expected it to be. It's not good world building and build stuff up for the next part of the story. So I recommend it. If you have not seen it, check it out. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. On my personal opinion, I say watch it. If you're a comic book fan, or like just hell, if you just like action movies, they did a good job with this. And the fact that they're actually going to continue this with more of it, you can't beat that, man. And so I recommend watching this. That's my review for The Death of Superman. But otherwise than that, let me know what you actually thought of the movie in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video if you did like the review, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more content like this. But otherwise than that, that is it, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, everybody.